Hey guys, welcome back. We are on day 13 of our yoga challenge. So, like we did last Sunday, we are going to jump into a yen practice just to slow it down and restart for the week. So, today we're going to focus on the hips. So, we're going to work through all areas of the hips. Inside, outside, front, back. So this should be a nice, well-rounded practice for you. We are going to get started on our backs. So go ahead and come and lie down. I'm going to stay seated so I can read our opening meditation to you. And go ahead and come on down. Shut the eyes. Just relax the body. And any comfortable supine position. So you can leave the legs long. You can bend the knees or maybe butterfly the legs. Whatever feels comfortable for you to be in these few moments before we start to move. Okay. So today we're going to do a meditation observing the body. And observing the body from the perspective of someone outside of your body. So kind of like you're just looking down on yourself from up above. So observe your body from outside without judgment, as if you were looking at a photograph or as if you were floating over your body, kind of looking back down onto the space where you're laying. Notice the front of the body, light and spacious. The back broad, the spine long. Notice a spreading from the inside out, like honey melting. Face is soft and relaxed. Heart is open. Mind clear, like an open blue sky. Notice your belly. Notice the pelvis relaxing and sinking to the floor. Your legs becoming heavy and grounded. From your feet to your head, inside to outside. Observe the skin, its softness, the way it stretches smoothly over the bones. See your face, the clothes on your skin. Notice how they feel. Going deeper still, observe the organs. Picture the blood flowing through your veins, through the heart, giving life. Notice the gentle internal movements of energy. Making the breath possible. Making the ability to observe your body possible. Have a sense of your entire body sitting, laying here with stillness and at ease, ready to receive the gift of yoga. Pause here and observe. Just a few moments more. One more breath wherever you're at. Okay, and then from here, let's hug the right knee into the chest. And then hug the left knee in. Wrap the arms around the legs. Draw the belly towards the spine, the knees towards the head. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Find a twist here, 3 breaths. Gaze out to the left. Draw the knees back to center. Let the knees fall to the left side of your body. Gaze out to the right. Okay, draw the knees back into center. This time, let's bring the legs long. Reach the arms over your head. Take a big full body stretch. Good. Exhale, relax the body. Bend the knees, plant the feet. And then roll to one side and press yourself up into a seated posture. Okay, we're gonna start with the back of the hips. Mostly the back and your hamstrings. So the hip muscles and joints, bones all connect down to the hamstrings. So this is an important muscle to keep stretched out in order to have healthy hips. So we're gonna do a pose called half shoelace. You're gonna keep the right leg long. You're gonna cross the left leg over the right, but instead of planting the foot down and keeping the knee up, we're gonna send that left foot off to the side as much as you can and stack the left knee over your right. Good, so that knee is down. And then from here, you're gonna take a breath in, sit up tall. And exhale, start to walk the hands forward. So you don't even have to go very far. We're not trying to get the head down to the legs. If it does, great. But don't worry about it. You just want to start to feel the stretch in the back of your legs. And then you're probably going to feel it mostly on the back side on your right. So reach the fingertips forward. Let the breath be as natural as possible. No need to flex or point the toes here. You can just let everything soften. Breathe into those sensations you're starting to feel in the right leg. Do a few more breaths on this side. Okay, and then go ahead and lift up here. We'll switch sides. So left leg comes long. Cross the right leg over the left. Send the right foot out to your side and try to stack the knees as much as possible. So lifting that knee out of the air, or pressing the knee down out of the air, I should say. Okay. When you're set, I'll take a breath in. Exhale, start to walk the hands forward and fold. You can round the spine here, let the head be heavy. I find it helpful to come up on to my fingertips, especially if you feel like the ground's a little far away. Make this about the legs. So as you're folding forward, if you feel like you're getting a lot of pressure in your back, lift up a little bit. A few more breaths. Okay, go ahead and lift back up. Uncross the legs, and both legs long. Maybe give it a little shake here. Okay. From here, we are going to keep the right leg long. I'm going to turn to this side so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, you're going to have 2, 3-ish options, just depending on how tight you are today. So we're going to move to the front side of the hips, which is also the front side of the tops of the legs, so your quadriceps, and also right here, in front of the hips, your hip flexors. So today, right leg stays long. You're gonna bend the left leg and bring the left foot behind you. And the foot might be out to the side, but as much as you can, try to get that foot, top of the foot flat on the mat. Lean back a little bit. All right, this is pretty intense as it is, so completely fine and normal if you want to just stay here. So what you're feeling is this front side of your left quad stretching, and you'll start to feel a little bit in the hip flexor. The further down you go, the more you're going to feel this through both the quad and especially that front side hip flexor there. So you can play with it. You can come to the forearms, or you can lie all the way down. All right. So this one is pretty intense. You might feel a little bit pressure in your knee. The pressure is okay if it starts to feel like a pinch or sharp pain. I want you to sit back up and come into one of those lifted versions of this that we did. So this is called half saddle pose. You can also do this with both legs back, but we're just gonna do one at a time today. Okay, we won't hold this one quite as long. I know it can be pretty intense. Probably the most intense one we'll do today, so bear with me. Bear with yourself and your body. Allow your body to be here. Give it permission to be here. Okay, to come out of this, two options. If you're lying down, it might be easier to bring the left leg forward first rather than to sit up. Or you can just sit up. Lengthen that left leg out. Point and flex the toes, roll the ankle, especially that left ankle there. And then we're gonna do the other side. So keep that left leg long. And to bring the leg behind me, I roll to my left hip. Bring the hip back down. Toes point back behind you. All right, if this, come back a little bit, start here. This is enough, stay. Come to the forearms or lie all the way down. Okay, this side is way more tight for me. So your foot's off to the side a little bit if you came to lie down. It's not gonna be right under your butt. That would be crazy, and you are very flexible if you can do that. Okay, I didn't give this option on the other side, but if you're laying down, you can always bring the hands up over your head. This will give you a little baby back bend. You can arch the spine, and also helps you press the front of the hip forward a little bit. Breathe through it. So you felt that sensation, that kind of release, that opening when you came out of this on the other side. One of my favorite things about yin is just looking forward to that feeling at the end. When you've gotten through those deep stretches and you've gotten through the uncomfortable part. It's so good on the other side. Almost done. Okay, go ahead and make your way out of this. Either lift up or straighten that right leg first. Lift yourself back up. Ooh, okay. Almost lost my mic. Point or flex the toe, roll out the ankle. Okay, we're gonna move to the inside of the hips. It's also a little bit of hip flexors, but we're working towards the inside groin area. So we're gonna do a pose called frog. How do I best show you guys this with my little space here? Okay. Sorry if that made a crackle. Come onto your hands and knees. You're probably gonna want to turn and face the side of your mat, just depending on what kind of surface you're on. And if you have, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So from like a tabletop position, you're gonna walk the knees out wide. So like a wide-legged table. Bring the feet down so your feet point out to the side. And then from here, you're gonna come down on to the forearms. Okay, so I'm probably losing you in view. I'm gonna turn to my side. But to protect your knees, you're probably gonna want both knees on the mat. So, keep those hips right above the knees. You're on your forearms. You can walk the forearms forward as much as you would like. You can bring the knees further apart as much as you would like. So you should start to feel this inside of the legs, the hamstrings. And we're just gonna hold here. This one can also be pretty intense. So if you need to shorten the distance between your knees at any time, feel free. If you have a couple blankets, you can put those under your knees. And I apologize, I'm off the camera, so. But I can't do this on my hardwood floors. Pad those knees, guys, as much as you need to. more breaths. Okay, come back up onto the palm of your hands first. Bring the toes together like a child's pose. Sit back on the heels. Okay, and then come out of this. So roll onto your seat. Bring the legs long again. Shake them out. Okay. We're gonna move to the outside of the hip this time. So outside, kind of the side of the hips, getting into your glutes here, and that IT band, which we did a class on a few days ago. I guess it was a week and a half ago, maybe. Okay, we're gonna take square pose. You're gonna stay seated. You're gonna bring your right shin parallel to the top of your mat. And then you're gonna bring your left shin and stack it right over the right. So this left knee is probably gonna float up in space. If this doesn't work for you, keep the right shin where it is and bring the left leg inside of the right. But either way, you should have this triangle shape in between your pelvis and your calves. Okay, so the ankle stacks-ish over the knees, and vice versa, knee over ankle. Okay, from here, we're gonna walk it forward again. So same thing with our half shoelace. Don't have to walk very far. Start to lean forward. You can use the fingertips again. And as you lean forward, this left knee is gonna come down. And you should feel this mostly outside of the left hip. Okay, from here we're gonna stay down, walk the fingers over to the left, to the right. Pull the left hip back, reach forward with the left hand. So the left hand will extend past the right. Keep that left hip pulled back. Ooh, okay, walk it back to center. Bring the hands behind you, uncross the legs. Okay, let's bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat, and just windshield wiper the legs, hips, left to right. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So left leg bends first. The left shin comes parallel to the top of your mat. You're gonna stack that right shin on top, or bring the right leg inside of the left. Good, so this is not a cross-legged. You're either stacked or one leg is behind the other. Okay. When you get settled here, you start to walk. Fingertips forward. Stretching out the right outside hip this time. Okay, let's walk the hands to the left. Reach through the right hand, pull the right hip back. And so if that right hip starts to pop up, press the right glute back down into your mat. All right, come back to center. Go ahead and sit up. Uncross the legs. Let's bring the legs long this time. Give them another shake out. Good. I like to make sure I get my ankles. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and lie down. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Arms wrap around the legs. And then as you breathe out, Shavasana. Legs long, arms by the side. Shut the eyes down. Few moments to end your practice here in stillness. All right, stay as long as you need. If you're ready to come up, go ahead and find a seated posture. Close with a couple breaths together. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Take a breath in, breath out, and then we bow forward with gratitude. Namaste. All right, thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow.